Redox equation involves both redox reaction and oxidation half reactions. So two of them make up a redox equation. So before we balance any uh, redox equation, we need to know the definition of both reduction and oxidation. So I'll be giving you 5 different definitions of both oxidation and reduction. Stay tuned. Now, number 1 definition, oxidation is addition of oxygen, while reduction is removal of oxygen. Oxidation is removal of hydrogen, while reduction is addition of hydrogen. Oxidation is increase in oxidation number, while reduction is decrease in oxidation number. Oxidation is electron lost, while reduction is electron gain. Oxidation is addition of electronegative element, while reduction is removal of electronegative element. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adede Kazum, a chemist by profession. On this channel, I'm there to give you an outstanding information about chemistry. This topic will be looking at balancing of redox equation. Balancing of redox. Let's quickly dive in. Look at it. Balancing of redox equations. Redox equations are balanced by first considering the two half equations involved in such reaction. In other words, we'll be looking at certain steps that will help us to balance redox equation. Okay, you can revert to this video. Okay, if you want to know how to balance chemical equation, I did that video before. Today, what are the steps that are involved in balancing redox equation? I'll be giving you 4 steps. I'll be following the 4 steps through all the example exercise we'll be looking at these equations. Number 1 step is identify oxidation and reduction of reaction respectively. Number 2 step, balance the atoms, and balance the charges for each equation by adding appropriately. Please take note of this word appropriately. By adding, there are 2 medium. One is acidic medium, second one is alkaline medium. In acidic medium, we are going to add hydrogen, ion, water, and electron. While in basic medium, we'll be adding hydroxy, OH, and H2O and electron. That's number 2 steps. Number 3 steps now, make sure that the electrons lost in the oxidation half equations is balanced by the electron gain in the reduction half equations. And number 4, combine the half equation to eliminate the electrons and get the overall redox equation. All right, let's look at example number 1. Example number 1. Please follow me quickly and let's enjoy this topic together. It's a very good topic in chemistry that students cannot do without. Okay, let's look at example number 1. Example 1. Let's say balance the redox equation in acidic medium. Look at the redox equation. MnO4 minus, of course, aqueous plus Fe2 plus aqueous that will yield Mn2 plus aqueous plus Fe3 plus aqueous. All right. In acidic medium, note that I told you earlier, when you are balancing acidic medium, there are certain things to add. In acidic medium, remember, we are going to be adding these 3 things. Please take note. Number 1, hydrogen plus ion, H2O, and electrons. These are parameters that I'm going to add. Okay, appropriately, that word is very, very important. So let's really look at the steps. So let's look at first step. Step number one. Step number one. Step number one said we need to identify the half reactions of both words, oxidation and reduction. So let's identify it. Mn O4 minus we yield Mn2 plus. This is what? Reduction. Why is it reduction? Remember the definition I gave you. I say reduction is what? Removal of oxygen. Look at it. Oxygen has been removed from product, from reactant to product. To product. Next one, let's check next one. Fe2 plus going to Fe3 plus. This is oxidation. How do I know it's oxidation? The definition must be in my brain. How do I know it's oxidation? The oxidation number has increased from +2 to +3. So we can label this equation equation 1. Then we label this one what? Equation 2. Are you following? All right. Quickly, let's go to step 2. We are done with step 1. It's that easy. Step 2. Step 2 says that you are going to balance both the reduction and the oxidation half reaction in two ways. You balance them in terms of the number of atoms that are involved. Okay, check the atoms, then come and check the ions or the charges. Then you're okay. So let's pick them one after the other. So we have Mn O minus 4 that will yield Mn 2 plus. How do we do that? Remember, we have to add this appropriately. Let's check the atoms. Mn 1, Mn 1. That Mn is balanced. So let's check the oxygen. Oxygen here is minus 4. Oxygen here is 4, rather. By oxygen here, there's no oxygen. I'm going to add appropriate 4 molecules of water, which give me my 4 oxygen I'm looking for from the reactant. But in that, we have 8 atoms of what? Of hydrogen in the product. So I want to bring in 8 ions of what? Of hydrogen to the reactant part. Let's check the atom again. How many do we have here for Mn1? Mn1. Oxygen 4, oxygen 4. Hydrogen 8 and hydrogen 8. You can see atomically. Okay, this equation is balanced, but we are going to check the charges or the ions that are involved in the reactions. So let's check it. So here, -1 here, multiplied by the coefficient, giving me -1, plus 1 multiplied by the coefficient, giving what? +8. So when you add it together, you're going to have +7. So the total charges at the reactant side is +7. Let's check the reactant, the product. +2, and we have 0. There's no charges there. So everything giving us what? +2. The total charges are not balanced, or the ions are not balanced. So what do we need to do? We need to appropriately electron. An electron is negative, remember. Okay, electron is negative, so we're going to add it to the left-hand side. So how many now? I had 5 electrons. So here now I have what? -5. So if I add all together, -1 +8 and -5, or give me +2. This equation is balanced both atomically and in terms of charges. Okay, ionically. We call that equation 3. All right, now we are done with step 2 for reduction. So let's quickly check for oxidation. So Fe2 plus going to Fe3 plus. Now when you look at it, you look at atoms. Here is how many? 1 of Fe. Atom of Fe also 1. That one is balanced in terms of charges or what? Or atom. So let's check the electron. The electron here have what? +2. Here have +3. It's not equal. I'm going to add appropriately my what? My electron. That's +3. Fe minus. So I have -1. So when I look at it, the total electron is +2, while the total air is also +2. So now this is equation 4. Hope you are getting it. You're almost done. You're done with 2 steps. So let's go to step 3. Let's go to step 3. Step 3 quickly. Step 3. Now, you're going to look at step 3 says that since we have 5 electrons in equation 3 and we have 1 electron in equation 4, we must make sure the number of electrons in 2 equations are balanced. What are we going to do? We are going to use a simultaneous equation method. Okay, now we're going to multiply equation 3 by the coefficients of the electron in equation 4 and multiply equation 4 by the coefficient of electrons in equation 3, which is 5. So let's quickly do that. Let's look at what we have. So when we multiply this equation by 1, we're going to have Mn O4 minus plus 8 hydrogen plus 5 E minus, producing Mn2 plus 4H2O. This is equation 4. Or this equation 5 rather. Equation 5. Okay. Now, this one is equation multiplied by what? By the coefficient, which is 5. We're going to have 5 Fe2 plus. All right. Producing 5 Fe3 plus 5 Fe minus equation 6. When you look at it, the electrons there is 5, the electron is 5. That's equal. So let's quickly proceed to the last steps. All right. The last step is step 4. Let's check out the last step. In the last steps, we are going to be looking at we must combine both the half reactions and both the half reaction, the oxidation half reaction and the redox half reaction to eliminate the number of electrons, 5, 5. So let's combine. We combine the reactant with the reactant, the product with the product in both equations. So let's look at that. MnO4 minus plus 5Fe2 plus 8H plus 5E minus, producing Mn2 plus 5Fe3 plus 4H2O plus 5Fe minus. This gives us equation 7. So we can eliminate these electrons as said in the steps. So let's just look at what happened at the total reaction. MnO minus plus 5Fe2 plus 8 plus hydrogen ion, giving us Mn2 plus 5Fe3 plus 4H2O, equation 8. So we need to confirm if this equation is actually balanced both in terms of atoms and in terms of ion. Let's check manganese 1, manganese 1, correct. Oxygen 4, correct. Ion Fe5, Fe5, correct. Hydrogen ion 4, hydrogen atoms 8, hydrogen 8. All right. In terms of ion, in terms of charges, in terms of ion, this equation is balanced. So let's check the charges. -1 multiplied by the coefficient, that's what? -1 plus 2 times 5 plus 10 and plus 1 times 8 plus 8. Add all together, you have plus 17. So there must the need for us to get plus 17 at the product. Let's check that. Plus 2, 3 times 5 plus 15, and no charges there. Check it out. Everything is giving us plus 17. Wow, the equation is uh, balance. Congratulations. Did you follow that? Wow. We are done with example 1. Let's check example 2. Balance the redox equation also in acidic medium. Okay. Now, Cr2O72 minus plus Fe2 plus yielding Cr3 plus Fe3 plus. The first step, remember, step number 1, the first step is for us to be able to identify both the half reduction equation and oxidation reduction equation. So let's quickly do that. All right. So we have Cr2O72 minus yielding Cr3 plus. This one will give us what? Reduction. You still remember the definition of reduction, which says removal of oxygen. All right. So we have equation 1 and Fe2 plus yielding Fe3 plus. Oxidation. Why do you know it's oxidation? Because what? Is increase in what? Oxidation number. Are you getting it? Step number 1, we are done. Let's check step number 2. Step number 2. Step 2. Step 2 talks about the ability, this is where the work is, the ability for you to be able to balance these respective half reactions in two phases. Number 1, check the number of atoms at the reactant and the product, and check the number of charges and the reactant and the product, and you are done. So let's check that quickly. Let's bring it down. Cr2O7 to minus yielding Cr3 plus. So let's check. How many chromium atoms? We have 1, we have 2, here we have 1. So we're going to add 2. Chromium is balanced. Can you check it now? Now, how many oxygen do we have here? We have 7. How many oxygen are the product? No oxygen. So we are going to add appropriately 7 molecules of water. Can you get that? Then, in adding 7 molecules of water, we have already introduced 14 atoms or 14 ions of hydrogen. Can you see that? So that's what we have. So let's check again. Confirm, always confirm your work. It's a balancing of chemical equation to make sure what is happening at the left-hand side of the equation is equal to what's happening at the right-hand side of the equation. So let's get that. 2 chromium, chromium, 2 chromium, 7 oxygen, 7 oxygen, 14 hydrogen, 14 hydrogen. Okay, let's check the ions. The ion A is minus 2 times the coefficient, minus 2 plus 1 times the coefficient, plus 14. Wow, large number. So at the reactant, we have plus 12. Let's check the product side. We have plus 3. Can you see it? Plus 3 times what? Times 2. That's giving us what? Plus 6. And we have 0. At the product side, we have plus 6. Wow. This equation is not balanced. I have to balance it by adding electron. So I'm going to add what? 6 electron. So adding my 6 electron. So what do I have in total? I have plus 6 plus 6. This equation is balanced. I call it what? Equation 3. So let's go to oxidation aspect of step 1 to balance it 2 by checking the atoms and the ions. So we have Fe2 plus going to Fe3 plus E minus. Fe here is 1. Fe here is 1. The ions there is plus 2. The ion is plus 3. And E minus 1. Total here is plus 2. Total here is also plus 2. This is equation 4. Are you getting it? It's becoming more sweeter. Quickly now, let's go to step 3. Step 3. Step number 3. Step number 3. Remember, step 3 says you are going to balance, compare the number of electrons in step 2, both in the reduction and the oxidation half reactions. If they are equal, then you can combine. If they are not equal, you are going to make them to be equal. The electrons here is plus 6. The electron here is what? Is 1. There are two ways of making this one equal. Is that you multiply equation 4, all right, by 6. This is equation of equation 3. And you multiply equation 3 by 1. So that it will be 6, 6. All right. Or another way of doing it, since this one is 6, can multiply equation 4 by 6. I think that's the best way to do it. That's the best way. Okay, equation 4 by what? By 6, so by 1, and equation this thing by what? By 6. So let's get down to business quickly. Let's do that. So look at it. We are going to have Ca2O72 minus plus 14H plus 6E minus going to 2Cr3 plus 7H2O, equation 5. So equation 6 now multiplying by 6. Okay, so I have 6Fe2 plus go into 6Fe3 plus 6E minus equation 6. When you check it now, see that the number of electrons in equation 5 is equal to the number of electrons in equation 6. So let's go to step number 4. Step number 4. In step 4, we are supposed to combine our products in step 3. Okay, we are combining equation 5 and 6 together so as to eliminate the number of electrons involved. Remember, reactant to reactant, product to product. So let's combine reactants. Ca2O72 minus plus 6Fe2 plus 14H plus 6E minus going to 2Cr3 plus 6Fe3 plus 7H2O plus 6E minus equation 7. So I can eliminate my electrons since they are equal. So let's get what we have. Plus 6Fe2 plus 14 hydrogen ion to give me 2Cr3 plus 6Fe3 plus 7H2O, equation 8. So let's confirm whether we have successfully balanced this reaction or not. Now, chromium 2, great one. Oxygen 7, great. Fe6, great. Then hydrogen 14, 7 times 2, 14. Atomically, this equation is balanced. So let's check the ions. Minus 2 times 1 minus 2 plus 2 times 6, that's plus 12, plus 1 times 14, that's plus 14. Total it now. Let's total it. What do we have there? All right, that's 10, that's 24, plus 24. Check it, 24. Here we have what? Plus 6, and we have plus 18. 3 times this one, we have 0. Total it together, we have what? Plus 24. Great one. Check. Check. The equation is balanced. Example 3. Balance the redox equation in alkaline medium. Now, alkaline medium, we have been talking about acidic medium all along. So now in alkaline medium, the difference is that this place is supposed to be hydrogen plus if it's acidic medium, but now alkaline medium is hydroxy, OH minus. The rest are the same. So let's look at example. The first step, let's look at step 1. Step number 1, the first thing to do is to identify oxidation and reduction. Oxidation and reduction. This is what? Oxygen is increasing. That's oxidation. Equation 1. Oxygen is reducing. Okay, decreasing oxygen. That's reduction. Equation 2. Now we are done with step 1. Let's check step 2. Step 2 talk about balancing the average of reactions, both in terms of atoms, check the terms of atoms, and also check the ions. So let's check from the oxidation part. Bring it down. Okay, I'm bringing it down now. All right. Chromium 1 is correct. Oxygen 2, oxygen 4 is correct. No, it's not correct. So we need to balance that. Now, there are two things here that have oxygen. Which one are we supposed to add? Let me give you one hint, one secret. Please take note of this secret. Secret. Don't tell anybody. Let me just give you a secret. Now look at this. Two of them have oxygen. But this one have 4 oxygen. This one what? 2 oxygen. Now you're going to add water to the part that have the highest oxygen. Okay, that's the secret. And you're going to add hydroxy to the part that have the lowest oxygen. So let's do that. I can add water, H2O, and I can add what? OH minus. So let's check it out. Water that I have here, let me put 2 here. If I put 2 here now, we're going to have 2 oxygen plus 4 oxygen, making 6. If I put 4 here, I'm going to have 4 oxygen plus 2 oxygen, making 6. You can see my atoms are balanced in this equation. So now, right, let's check the ions. Ions I have here is 0, and I have here is what? Minus 1 times 4 minus 4. That's everything here is minus 4. So let's check the product. Product I have here minus 2 and 0 and 0. So what do I need to do? I have my total is minus 2. Okay, I need something better now. I need my electron is not balanced, and my electron is negative. So I'm going to add E minus here. So I have minus 2. Total now, when I add everything together, now I have minus 4. This equation is balanced. You get that? Now let's pick this and also balance it. So we have CrClO minus going to Cl minus. Remember, I told you you're going to add water to the one that have the highest oxygen. So let's add water to this place. So we have H2O. Of course, we have OH minus. So let's check. H2O here is 2. So I can put 2 here. Can you see now? Chlorine, chloride, oxygen 2, oxygen 2, hydrogen 2, hydrogen 2. Correct. So let's check the ions. Here minus 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2. So total here is minus 3. What I need to do now? I need to add an electron. 2 electron rather. So minus 2. So total here is what? Minus 3, minus 3. Equation 4. Are you following? Equation 4 is also balanced. So let's check step 3. Remember my step 3? Step 3 says you're going to combine, before you combine the equation, make sure the electrons are equal. Can you see it? The electrons there is 2, the electron is 2. So I can combine the equation directly. Okay, that's step 3. So let me just go to step 4. How easy is it? Step 4, let me just combine the equation. Combining the equation, remember, combine the reactant with the reactant, then product with the product. So let's do that. So we have CrO2 plus ClO minus plus 4OH minus plus H2O plus 2E minus, very long. So let's manage that space. We want to have CrO42 minus plus Cl minus plus H2O, that's 2H2O plus 2OH minus, and plus 2E minus, equation 5. So we can cancel out the 2 electrons. These 2 electrons is also normal there. So what do we have? So let's check what we have now. We have CrO2 plus ClO minus plus 4OH minus plus H2O. Okay, giving us what? CrO4 2 minus plus Cl minus plus 2H2 plus 2OH minus, equation 6. So let's confirm our atoms and our ion atomically and ionically. Chromium 1, chromium 1, that's good. Chlorine 1, chloride 1, that's also good. Let's check our oxygen. We have 2 oxygen here, 2. We have 1 oxygen here. We have 4 oxygen here, and we have 2 oxygen here. So 3, 7, 9. Let's check here. 4, 2, 2. No, 1 oxygen here. Okay, let's check again. Let's check, quickly check. We have 2 oxygen. We have 1 oxygen. That's 1. We have 4, and we have 1. 2 plus, that's 7, that's 8 total oxygen. Then we have 4, then we have 2, then we have 2. That's 8, correct? My oxygen is also balanced, correct? My oxygen is balanced. Now, let me check my hydrogen quickly. Let me check my hydrogen. Hydrogen is 4. Hydrogen is 2. That's 6. Let me check my hydrogen. Hydrogen is 2. Hydrogen is 2. Hydrogen is 4, rather. And 2, that's 6. Correct. Hydrogen is also correct. So let me check my ion. That's very important. Let's check the ion. Ion A, and this one atomically is balanced. Let's check the ion is 0. The ion A is -1. Ion A is -4. No ion. So total here, total ions here have -5. Let's check. Ion here is -2. Ion here is -1. Ion here is what? 0. Is -2. So let's total it together. -2, -1, 0, that's -5. Wow, or we can call it exercise. We are still balancing in what? In alkaline medium. Alkaline medium. Okay. Step 1, remember our step 1 is always identifying both the reaction of redox and oxidation. So we have Cl2O72 minus going to 2Cl3 plus. Remember, we did this also in acidic medium. So let's try it also in alkaline medium. Now let's look at Fe2 plus going to Fe3 plus. This is what? Oxidation. Equation 2. How do you know that's oxidation? It's just to check increase in oxidation number. So let's check step 2. Step 2. Step 2 now, let's balance this. Cl2O7 2 minus going to Cl3 2 plus. Remember I told us that we should check if the side that will have more oxygen, that's when you add your water. So let's add our water, H2O, and let's add our hydroxy. Okay. How do you know the number of hydroxy ion to add? So I have 7, you have 8. I can add 7. Add 7, don't waste time. Don't waste time. All right. Now, check now. Chromium 2. Chromium 2. Oxygen here 14. Oxygen 14. Hydrogen 7. I'm going to change this one to what? To 14 for hydrogen. All right. Do we get it? Now, let's check the ions. Ion A is -2. Ion A is 0. Ion A is +6 and is -14. Total here is -8 and total here is -2. So we are going to add 6 minus. So -6. So total now we have -8. All right. So this is balance equation what 3. So let's check here 2. We have Fe 2 plus going to Fe3 plus. Of course, we did this before. We can quickly add E minus. Not wasting our time. So we can quickly check that one on. Did you get it now? F is 1. F is 1. This is +2. And this is total here is what? +2. So we are done with step 2. So let's really dive into step number 3. Remember step 3, we are going to be combining. Check the ions here, number of electrons here, and the number of electrons here. Okay, are they equal? No, they are not equal. So what are we going to do? Of course, I need to multiply them. Okay, I multiply this one by 1, multiply this one by what? By 6. So let's quickly do that so that we know what we're doing. Quickly by 1, we have Cl2O7 2 minus plus 7H2O plus 6E minus going to 2Cl3 plus 14O minus equation 5 and 6Fe2 plus go into 6Fe3 plus 6E minus equation 6. Did you see that? So step 4 now. Step number 4, let us combine the two equations since they are equal. So let's combine the half reactant, okay, and the product. So Cl2O7 2 minus plus 6 Fe2 plus 7H2O plus 6E minus going to 2Cl3 plus 6Fe3 plus 14O minus plus 6E equation 7. So that's equation 7, right? Right. So this can cancel this. So finally, Cl2O7 2 minus plus 6Fe2 plus 7H2O plus nothing again there. So we have 2Cl3 plus 6Fe3 plus 14OH minus and equation 8. So let's check quickly. Chromium 2, oxygen 7 plus 7, 14, oxygen 14, Fe6, hydrogen 14, hydrogen 14. So let's check the ions quickly as we wrap up for today. -2 plus 12, 2 times this, and 0. So what do we have finally? -2, 12, that's what? Plus 10. Okay. That's plus 6. That's plus what? 18. Plus 18 and minus 14. Can you see that? Plus 18 minus 14. So when we do all of that, what do you have? This one giving us what? 20, 24 minus 14, giving us plus 10. Can you see now? This equation is also balanced. Thank you for watching my video. Do where to subscribe, click the notification button, at the same time, your comments. We leave on it.